And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in any marketplace. We appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us here on your Consumer Advocate program, helping you win in any marketplace. That's our goal here on the Consumer Quarterback Show.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Every day right here on your 4 o'clock drive time, weekdays on AM 860 The Answer, weekend show on FM 102.5 The Bone. And we have our TV show side on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku as well. So check us out on your smart televisions at home as well. And we want to help you win. Save our hotline number in your phone so you can reach out. Anything that you hear today on the show, we'd love to connect with you. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. That's our Consumer Advocate hotline number. And bookmark our website as well, consumerqb.com. Travis McIntire in the house, 3D Solar. Welcome back in, sir.
Thanks, sir. Good afternoon. Always a pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir. Thanks for coming in. Solar's a big part of the economy now.
It is still happening. Creating jobs everywhere, which is definitely very, very proud of that.
Very cool. Tampa Bay Business Journal's top 50. What was it, number 8 on the list?
Number 8. Yeah, we're hoping to go up number 7, number 6 this year. A lot of hard work behind that, but we're going to go for it.
I like it, man. Yeah. David Ringo's been on the show. Travis McIntire, 3D Solar. And, I can tell you from firsthand experience, they are a great organization to work with. And we have, 52 panels on our roof?
You do.
Something like that.
Yes, sir,
so
you do.
Kicking off some energy.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and this time of year, especially, we're looking for better production. But I think come March, we'll start to see that.
Photovoltaic energy.
Photovoltaic, yeah, creating energy from your roof, which this is an amazing thing, and people are still so skeptical of it. I've ran a couple appointments the past couple weeks, and people still look at you that it's too good to be true. I can't save money on my electric bill. So Tico's loving it. Duke's having a party, but people are losing in the long run on that.
Yeah, exactly. Blaine McDaniel, welcome in, sir.
Hey, thank you, Brandon. Thank you for having me.
Real estate agent on the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Welcome into the Consumer Quarterback Show, sir.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you having me on.
My pleasure. So give us a little overview about what you want to talk about today.
Well, a couple months ago, I bought a Jimmy John's in Palm Harbor. I've been putting in about 100 hours a week into it to get the store back running the way it should be. Spent 6 years working for corporate before I bought the store. And now that I feel like I got a good management team in place. I feel like I can put about 30 to 40 hours into real estate. Love working with buyers and helping them find their dream home.
Nice. Awesome, man. Yes, we'll talk about that and, some of the translations between running a successful restaurant operation and how that translates into the real estate business as well.
Yeah, awesome. So we have Jimmy John's known for delivery. So I know the area there in Palm Harbor really well. So if anybody's looking for a particular neighborhood or if they want to live in the Palm Harbor area, I know the area very well. We deliver to almost all of Palm Harbor. So it's pretty easy for me to find the house that they're looking for.
Nice. Yeah, we know the neighborhoods well. And golfcartdepot.com, the partner for this show, this segment, I want to give a huge shout out to the Golf Cart Depot and check them out online, golfcartdepot.com. New and used golf carts, they've got huge inventory, Easy Go, Star, City Car, and other types of the golf carts available, personal use or commercial use as well. Say hello to Marty. He's the owner over at Golf Cart Depot. They've got an office location on Land O'Lakes, lots of inventory there. Also, US 19 in Clearwater, just on the east side of US 19. And there's my golf cart that they hooked us up with there, the Keller Williams red golf cart, and we went door knocking on that. So Blaine and I were talking a little bit about some of the strategies that we employ. We went door knocking, and we go often go door knocking there in the communities, getting out and meeting our neighbors, kind of the grassroots style of marketing, and meeting neighbors, talking to folks about real estate, how we can help them, and of course if they're not home, we'll just leave a door flyer on the door with some of our local inventory. But big shout out to Golf Cart Depot of Florida, personal use or commercial use. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we also want you to save the date, Wednesday, March 25th at 6:30 at the International Plaza Mall, Taps Restaurant at the International Plaza. We have Tampa Bay Tampa Bay's best speed networking event coming up as well. The Consumer Quarterback Show presents the 3rd annual Tampa Bay's best speed networking event. So you're going to have an opportunity to meet a lot of people. Check out eventbrite.com. There's a Facebook page as well here for the Consumer Quarterback Show. The speed networking event coming up in March on the 25th. Save the date, and we hope to see you there. All right, let's jump into it. Travis McIntire, 3D Solar. Tell us what's happening in the solar world, my friend.
The solar world is growing like crazy. We haven't even reached 2% saturation in Florida, though. So the opportunity for growth is staggering. Couple hiccups that I've seen the last couple weeks. Brevard Solar has dissolved and pretty much gone out of business. They were a company. The average per watt price in Florida that we've seen is about $350 a watt, and they were coming in around $213 to $235 a watt. And homeowners are like, oh my gosh, this is great. This company's half off, and this is great.
Wow.
Well, you can't sustain your business if you're going to sell on price. You have to have a profit built in there to pay for advertising, to pay for good employees, and to take care of people, and to ensure that your business is going to be there.
Wow.
And what they found out the hard way is that you can't sell on price, because that's what happens. So there's 240 people where they've mounted rails on the roof, and that's it. They have no inverters. They have nothing done, and they're like, we'll be back.
Wow.
Well, they'll be back. Never's going to happen because they're
man.
gone. Now these people are left hanging. They've given them deposits. Thousands of dollars are invested, and what do? Well, we're reaching out to a lot of them. We have a list and that we've got, luckily, and we're reaching out to them saying, how can we help you?
Yeah.
We don't want another fly-by-night company coming in there and making it worse. So 3D Solar, one thing we pride ourselves in is doing the job the right way. And David Ringo, the owner, one reason I'm proud to work for him, he stood up and said, we're going to help these people. And because it gives the solar a black eye.
Yeah, it does.
Not just Brevard Solar, but the entire industry pays for it. So
you got bankruptcy protection. So unfortunately, the owner of that company has probably filed for bankruptcy. He's got the protection windows up now, doesn't he?
You know, I don't know the total details, and then I don't want to misspeak and say something that I haven't really read or seen for sure. But I do know that they've gone out of business, and so that's one thing about pick your provider and be careful, and how to pick a provider. See how long they've been in business. Are there any trophies in the case? Do they have their own employees? There's a lot of variables that you want to make sure that you check the boxes on before you write that sign that contract.
Yeah, exactly. So find out about, the way that you can shop for your solar, because you break it down to wattage. You said 350 per watt is the average.
Approximately. That's
what are some questions that people might want to ask?
I would want to know, how long have you been in business? Do you have your own employees? What inverters do you use? What panels do you use? Do you have independent independent stores or contractors that you work with? Are you a GC? Can you handle my roofing and my spray foam all in one loan, or do I need to have multiple contracts with multiple people? I want to know how long you've been in business. Now, unfortunately, in solar, like when I started the granite business 20 years ago, some people are 5 years, and it scares people. But I mean, Michelin started out on day one too. So I mean, it's got to get a time to grow, and it will.
Exactly.
But we've been around 7 years. I've been there almost going on 3 years, and it seems like it's only a month's gone by. It's gone by so fast.
Wow. Yeah, 7 years. Now, solar. In the beginning, the solar. Let's flash back. Like there was a lot of regulation, a lot of problems with the Tallahassee, basically, in Florida, right?
Yeah, still happening. Now, one thing they did do, they voted, not even the Supreme Court wasn't even going to let go to ballot, so they could vote to deregulate the market in Florida. Now, I understand a certain part of that because it would be the Wild Wild West out there, but you've got Duke, TECO, LCEC, and FPL, and who else do you have? That's it.
Right.
So I have no choice besides solar. And it is a monopoly. And I'm shocked that our governor hasn't stepped up and say, hey, we've got a monopoly here, people. I'm sorry this is happening. Give people more options for their power.
So what do you think it is? Like, just anyways, well, let's leave that topic because that's we know that's going to go negative. So when you think about a local here, Tampa Bay, you want to find a company that's trusted, that's been in business, that's on the, you're on the Tampa Bay Business Journal's top, what do they call it, Fast 50.
Correct.
So you're number 8 on that list.
Correct.
And David Ringo, stand-up guy, we've known you, longtime friends of the program. You actually work with me personally on my wife and I's property. So we've got 52 solar panels. We got a cool app that we can pull up on the app. The app shows us our daily usage for. I'll let you explain the app, please.
Well, it's transparency. I mean, the app shows it shows consumption and production. It's going to show what you're producing during the day. It's going to show what you're consuming during the day. You're going to have a delta, and the delta's there's a bill sometimes.
Right.
And I think being transparent like 3D Solar is, if I mean, there's people that I'll take you to their house. They'll come out. We'll look at the panels. They'll tell you how I did. I'll give you a list of 15, 20 people for you to call. You can look at their installations. My house is one of them. Come on over. I'll show you how it works. David's got it on his house. So several employees do. Yeah. Because if your salesman's sitting across from you and doesn't have solar, does he really know how it works? Right. Is he really going to say in February that I'm not going to get a bill from January? That's not true, because I can't control the sun. I think transparency is the number one thing that 3D Solar has on its side. Yeah.
Like today, woke up, it was a nice foggy day, wind blowing all over the place. And so those are the days you're going to have a lower output.
That's correct. But see, one, I want to remind people is when you do purchase solar, you're not doing it to make your money back tomorrow. It's a long-term, it's a long-term investment, because either you're going to rent from a Tico or Duke, you're going to rent from them, never have an end to your bill, or you're going to have an end to your bill with solar, because each payment's the last payment you're going to make on that loan. Yeah. So, or one of the last payments. So with solar, there is an end. And then when your system's paid off, you own it.
And one of the things that we know for a fact, if you're renting your electricity, like you said, from Duke or Tico, you're going to anticipate every year a 3.5% to 5.5% increase in their cost, correct?
And more than that sometimes. Absolutely. Anytime they do some type of upgrade or they add something, you're going to pay for it. Yep. And you have no control over that. Yep. And plus, the fact is that once you pay your electric or your solar off, you literally are at connection fee. I think for Tico it's $15, Duke it's for $10, and I just try to get people over the hump to realize it's not too good to be true. And,
that's awesome, man.
Yep, and showing them my own bills, and by you be able to show your bills, that's how we're going to do this.
Looking forward to that. And that's what's the average payoff if you pay the basic payment? What was it, 6 to 8 years, 10 years?
About 10.8 years would be the average. 10.8 years. Correct. And they use it on a cash equivalent, but it's about 10.8 years. But I tell people pay it off sooner. I mean, I'm married to an accountant. That's what we do. We pay extra. Yep. We take our payment like we were paying our $200 electric bill. Yep. And my payment's about $140, so that's $60 extra. I'm trying to pay it off early. There is no prepaid penalty.
I like that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, good stuff. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online as well. Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter. Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook as well. We'd love to connect with you. Link up on LinkedIn. Follow our YouTube channel. Lots of great content on our YouTube channel. You can research all types of companies that have been on our program. Great consumer advocate content here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. You can always expect that from us. Travis McIntire, 3D Solar. We got Blaine McDaniel in studio as well, Realtor on the team at the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Coming up in just a moment, so stay with us. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
This is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with Danzo Star.
62 Who Knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill. But actually, it's our 39th week. 62 Who Knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember anymore. Ask to me about
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple of years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and made
entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay. Welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left-hand white, and then they catch the left-hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
As your super connector, we want to introduce you to our 50+ show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. Got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that image because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in your real estate business, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you about your real estate deals. And we got a couple of hot listings here. I want to talk about property here in Tampa Bay, 4348 Harbor Point Drive in Port Richey. This is a $2 million property listing of ours that we have in Port Richey, waterfront, bay access, directly on the bay with a pool. Bring your boat to this beautiful property, 4348 Harbor Point Drive. Now, the ultra high security as well. There's 2 guard gates that you have to go through before you even get on the street. 6,700 square foot property here at 4348 Harbor Point Drive in Port Richey. Check out the beautiful photography, compliments of Fabre Frameworks on our website at platinummvpteam.com. Check out platinummvpteam.com. And this segment is brought to you by Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. And this is a direct injection right into your bloodstream, vitamins, minerals, electrolytes. You may have heard of the Myers cocktail. I loved visiting with Steve and Lisa Gunnan at Replenish IV Solutions. They've got an office on Gandy Boulevard in South Tampa, also right off of Barris and Del Mabry, and the New Tampa area, North Del Mabry area. Vitamins, minerals, electrolytes directly injected directly into your bloodstream. Makes you feel better, helps you stay away from that flu virus that's prevalent out there. And they got lots of different amino acids and extras that you can drop in there, vitamins, antioxidants, and all types of B vitamins, B complex as well. Check them out online. Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. And make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on those special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got Blaine McDaniel here in studio, realtor on the team, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. So yeah, real estate is a place where people not only live, they're building a lifestyle, but it's also an investment opportunity for people where they can really leverage and get passive income.
Absolutely, man. I mean, right now is a great time to sell and buy. I mean, there's quite a bit of good properties out there for sale. We've got a couple really nice properties available. This weekend, I'm holding an open house. They're at 2689 Sable Springs Circle, Unit 105, 2-bed, 2-bath, be a beautiful condo right on the ground floor with 3 windows looking outside at the pond. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, that's a nice unit I have that we have listed there. Now, that one is ground floor unit, so that's a big one, right?
Yeah.
Especially for those older, retiree type folks, they don't want to be going up and down stairs. So the ground floor, and then yes, you've got windows on all 3 sides, so you got 3 different views. You're not feel like you're stuck in a box like some condo units are.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're steps away right there from a lot of dining, and right there across the street, down the road from the mall. So you got plenty of shopping right there in that area. So very close to everything. Nice central location.
That's right. Close to Countryside Mall.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great opportunity. So that's going to be an open house this weekend. Come out and see Blaine. What day and time?
Saturday, 1 to 4. And if you'd like to schedule a private show, you can give me a call at 404-538-4177.
Awesome. Yeah, so people can come out, check out our open houses. We got a lot of properties that we open up every weekend. We got a new listing as well down in Apollo Beach where we're hosting an open house. We don't have the photography back on that one, but that one is a great opportunity in Apollo Beach, 6919 Makers Way, hosting an open house on Sunday there, 11 to 2. Open house on that one as well in South Tampa. But yeah, let's, in general speaking, you look at the market, there's a low of inventory. So what does that mean to buyers? They have to be more, they've got to be very diligent when it comes to their search, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got to, there's not quite that many properties that are available. So you really got to be diligent. And that's why you need somebody like me, an expert, to kind of look at the area and really, I'm going to work hard for you and try to help you find the place that you're actually looking for.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to be in tune to the market. You're pulling up hot sheets every day. So if, let's say, for example, yesterday's show, we had Diane Vance, for example.
Yes.
She does the pre-qualification. She's going to make sure that the buyer's ready, willing, and able, at that point from a pre-qualification standpoint, credit, income, making sure that they can, purchase this property. And then you got to link up with a realtor like Blaine, and preferably on the Keller Williams team, of course, the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And then Blaine, you're going to be able to set up a hot sheet and look at those properties every day that hit the market. How important is that?
Oh, it's so important to me. Whenever you have a hot market like this, whenever properties, you don't have much inventory, we'll be able to send you those properties as soon as they hit the market. And this kind of market is very important to act really fast. If you find something that you want, you got to go look at it. You got to put if it's something that you want to do, put an offer down.
That's right. Yeah, it's a fluid market, so things are moving quickly. So if you can get to that property quickly, submit the offer right away within the first couple of days, you're more likely to make that deal happen. And we've seen in the past with properties where it's highest and best, multiple bid opportunities, especially a nice home in a nice area that is in high demand, those properties will get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 offers in some cases. And it's a situation where you snooze, you lose. If you're not on top of your emails, you're not looking at those emails and seeing the market. And here's another big thing is don't rely on some of those websites, right?
Oh my gosh,
I don't even like to say the Z word on the show. It's a forbidden word on this show. But if you look at that, what happens is those sites, they're not seeing all the inventory. You're only getting about 60 to 75% of the inventory.
Absolutely. I cannot tell you how many times I've had clients email me a property from the Z Word or another site, and it's not even available anymore. So that's why I recommend downloading our app at bmcdanielkw.com or go on your cell phone and download the app. It's much easier. If you're using one of those sites, yeah, sure, you can keep using them, but always check it with our MLS site.
Yeah, just do it knowing that you're not seeing every single property. Plus, you're not getting the updates that we get from the realtor perspective. We're able to see the updates immediately. Once a property goes under contract or pending, aka it's known as pending, when they're in pending status, the time it takes for that syndication to reach some of those other websites, and then there you are, you're just wasting time driving around looking at properties that aren't even available.
Absolutely. And that's exactly why you use somebody like me, a buyer's agent, to really help you and make sure that you actually do find those properties as soon as they hit the market.
Yeah. So let's break that down. So there's different sides in real estate too. So you have a listing agent, someone like me that specializes in marketing, specializes in negotiation in terms of the sellers from the seller side. And they're going to market the property in lots of different ways, Homes and Land, DuPont Registry, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, on and on and on. The marketing that we offer is far superior because we're featuring our properties on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, 85 other smart television outlets. There's a lot of things that we're doing, of course, and right here on AM 860, The Answer, 4 o'clock drive time, weekend show on FM 102.5 The Bone. So we're getting a lot of additional exposure, internet marketing, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, all those other places that you can reach. But now on the buyer side, let's talk, Blaine, I want to let you describe, what's the buyer side like? What's your relationship with the client?
So if a client finds a property and they actually find something that they want, I'm the one that's going to negotiate for the buyer. I'm the one that's going to put the contract together. I'm the one that's going to talk to the listing agent, and I'm going to be the negotiator on that side. And just like Brandon, we're pretty good negotiators. I usually get my clients the deal.
Right. And we're going to make sure that, we're structuring things properly. You're reading the MLS notes, because each property is going to have different notes in the MLS, in the realtor remarks, in the different sections. So if you put it on the wrong form, for example, the offer is rejected. If you don't follow it up with proof of funds or a pre-approval letter, the offer is going to be kicked back and rejected, which, again, those are valuable key points that in a fluid market, a low inventory market like we have right now, that is very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's an important part of the business. So PlatinumMVPteam.com, you can see all of our real estate properties there as well. You can reach out to our hotline, 813-670-7372. If you want to work with Blaine, you want to be working with a buyer agent, reach out right now. Just text the word buyer agent to 813-670-7372. You can call or text that line, and we're going to put you in touch with Blaine, make sure he works with you. And we've got a team of 15 agents as well. So if the area that you're looking at is maybe a little bit far south or further north or east, then we have a team that can help you in the area. And we are, of course, experts in the market. We're your local economist of choice. You can hear us right here on the radio, of course, talking about the inventory levels, talking about absorption rates, talking about the average months of supply that's available in your neighborhood. We are educated and trained in these things to understand the statistics and how to interpret them to our clients to make sure that you're doing the right type of an offer. That's the other thing. What's the best offer amount? How much should I offer? Am I paying too much? We know how to do the comparable market analysis and look at the values of the properties to ascertain the proper offer amount given the days on market and other factors. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. When we come back, more from our expert contributors, Travis McIntire, 3D Solar in studio, Blaine McDaniel, and more from our experts in our feel-good story of the day coming at you. Stay with us. Don't touch that dial.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
This is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with D'Angelo Star.
62 Who Knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill, but actually it's our 39th week. 62 Who Knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember anymore.
Ask me about
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple of years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and made
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left hand white, and then they catch the left hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
As your super connector, we want to introduce you to our 50+ show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. Got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that image because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as sisters connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, a top 1% real estate team here in the Tampa Bay area, helping our buyers, sellers, and investors navigate those real estate waters. And of course, on the selling side, we want to help you maximize the exposure, maximize the profit on the sale of your real estate properties. We're also recruiting agents to the team. So if you know of a good agent, we're interviewing right now. We'd love to talk to you. Check out our hotline, 813-670-7372, Consumer Advocate Hotline. It's an off-air number. Give us a call at 813-670-7372. Call or text that line as well. Check out our website, consumerqb.com. Plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. This segment is brought to you by Taps Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. The beautiful Taps Restaurant over at the International Plaza on Bay Street. They've got outdoor patio seating as well. Dogs are welcome. And they have a charming interior as well. Excellent food, very friendly staff, wonderful ambiance over at Taps Restaurant Bar and Lounge at the International Plaza at Bay Street. And we also have an event coming up on Wednesday, March 25th, 6:30 to 8:30. Going to be an event, speed networking event there as well. One of our monthly gratitude parties, monthly parties that we host with our Real Estate Quarterback Show and the Consumer Quarterback Show here. So check out Taps Restaurant. If you haven't been there, let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives. I love the Mexican bowl. It's excellent. It's got the guacamole in there. Really good stuff. Great food over at Taps Restaurant. And let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, a couple hot listings that we've got here in Tampa Bay. Some opportunities for vacant land. 9200 Gun Highway in Odessa. I've got lots of vacant land available. 9200 Gun Highway, Odessa is corner of Four Oaks in Racetrack Road, and Gun Highway. 2.39 acres in Odessa, Florida. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. I also have 516 Alternate 19 in Palm Harbor, also known as 0 Alt 19 in Palm Harbor. This property, it's a great opportunity for a business owner. Check out this strip of land that you've got. You could build your dream office or professional office, and you could actually even have mixed use opportunity as well. So you could live upstairs, use the downstairs as your business, your office, and you could literally walk to dinner in that Palm Harbor area. All those cool restaurants right around the corner, Finn's and some of the others come to mind. So a couple of our hot real estate listings, vacant land opportunities. I've got about 10 or 12 vacant land listings. So reach out if you're looking for land. We want to help you with that. Give us a call on our hotline. Check out our properties at PlatinumMVPteam.com. All right, in studio today, we got Travis McIntire, 3D Solar, Blaine McDaniel as well, Realtor with the Platinum MVP team here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So we're going to go back to Travis McIntire, 3D Solar, and I just can't get my head around how people don't understand how solar is here and it's here to last, especially once you take the investment, you get the deal, you get the financing, a low interest rate on the financing, and then you make your payments and you pay it off and you're done.
I know. You need a trusted advisor from 3D Solar in front of you. The problem is that people are trying to get hard sold. They're getting their door knocked. They're getting these hangers. They're getting people that are calling them. And I've got a special deal just for today. The salesmanship is killing solar. Get a trusted advisor from 3D. Let's check out your roof. Let's see how long you're going to live there. Let's see how many kilowatt hours that you use. And here's the big secret. Production and consumption. consumers consume, we produce. All you got to do is meet in the middle. What makes this job hard is the customer service of staying with your people, because you'll get more phone calls after the sale than before. Because when I'm sitting with you for an hour or so, we're going through the paperwork. It's very simple. And then I'm out your door. You've signed a contract and you're like, what just happened? And then you look at the wife, you're like, what'd you see? What'd you hear? And he goes, I forgot everything. And then all of a sudden, you don't hear anybody for a while because the permit takes place. So where I pride myself and my sales team, we're trusted advisors. Because when you call me after that job's installed and you're getting your first couple bills, I'm going to answer. I'm going to stop back by your house. I'm going to go over the production app with you. I'm going to show you what's going on. And you'll have a realistic expectation from the start on what your system's going to do. And that's why 3D Solar shines.
I like it. Now, I don't know if you brought to our production team any of these, but I'm going to throw it up on the screen here. If you can see, like right on my app here, I can see this is the In Phase app, but you can see there that I've got the production, how much we're producing. Travis, you want to explain how this works?
Isn't that fantastic? It's showing what you're consuming and producing. So every single day, your app is live, and that comes with the price of the system. You don't have to pay extra for it or to monitor it. And so what you see is what time is it? It's about 2 o'clock. So you've got what you've consumed and what you produced so far for the day, and then they'll give you a monthly average of what you're producing and what you're consuming. Then I always check mine when I get my electric bill. I'll take a look at it to make sure they're crediting me the correct amount.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
So, you know what's really awesome is that during the day, you're using electricity from your roof, because our inverters, which are N-phase microinverters, and that roof level, they change direct current to alternating current, which is safe for the house. So when the grid is live, you're actually using what you produce during the day. But when the grid's off, this is where salespeople lie, you don't have power. But there is technology out now that can help you with that a little bit, which is nice.
Yeah, Travis, we're talking with Travis McIntire, 3D Solar here, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show and a consumer advocate in his own right, when he talks about, helping convert that photovoltaic sun's energy into useful energy that we can use to power our homes, our appliances, our air conditioning units, etc. What are on that point, when we have a storm, you can't just be off the grid, right?
No, they won't let you. Right. They don't. And plus, and it's not just that they're playing hardball. It's for safety for their team, for the people that are fixing the line. Yeah, the linemen up the road. If a load's coming on from to the grid from your photovoltaic system, it's dangerous. Yep. So I understand why they want to do that. But new technology is coming out that during the day between 10 and 2, 11 and 3, you can actually island the home, shut the grid off, and be able to produce enough electricity. Depends on the size of your system, what you can do with the house.
Wow.
Which is great.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I know.
And so the challenges in the industry, as you said, are the salespeople that say, "Oh, this is the deal only for today only." Like those old school hard sale tactics, they make everybody look bad.
They do, and also it's difficult to, and as we know, American people, they don't like change. A lot of people don't. And I've been paying my electric company for 20 years, and I'm happy with that. Mostly you ask people, do you ever look at your electric bill? And people that are listening say, I look at mine every day. That's not true. No, you don't. Maybe 1 out of 100 of you do, but you don't read the kilowatt hours you're using and producing, you don't. So it's like in a new reality, a guy shows up, sales guy, of course, which people already are distrusting, and I tell you, I have an option that's cheaper. And they're going to look at you with that look, and you're like, including my own wife, who is an accountant. So I had to show her on a spreadsheet how it works, and we're saving money monthly. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then the other thing that these big companies do, the power companies they invested in solar. So they put all these press releases. Oh, we invested in solar. Look at us. Look how good we're being. Tell us about what really happens.
Well, what really happens, ask Tico's subcontractors that didn't get paid for Christmas. It was in the paper. I was in the Tampa Times, our Tribune. They didn't pay their employees.
Wow.
So, I'd be embarrassed from that. But so what they're doing is they're producing power at super low rate. They get special deals or try to from these distributors, and they put up these solar fields, put them due south, and they're producing a ton of electricity. But they're not giving you a break on the rate. They're still continuing to raise your rate. The only thing they're doing is pulling it from one source to another. That's all they're doing. But they don't want rooftop solar because they don't have control, and they don't have it. Once it's paid off, then you're not paying your electric bill anymore, and they don't want to give that up.
Yeah, and so they spent a lot of money to invest in solar, but they put it on the ground which is taking away from arable land.
That's correct. And I don't like to do
producing
that.
land.
Correct. And being from Illinois, watching the farm grounds getting paved, it concerns me, because how are we going to produce the population as explosive as the growth is?
Right.
One way of doing that, put rooftop solar. Let's save some farm ground. Let's save some ground. And let's save some of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, no one knows this. I mean, in North Dakota or South Dakota and Montana are now suing the state of Washington to force them to open up a coal port so they can take fossil fuels from their coal mines and sell it to Asia. And Washington State said, hey, we don't want anything to do with that. And they're trying to force them to sell coal overseas. Now, that's just not right. No pun intended, but that's dirty.
Yeah, that is. That really is. How can that happen?
It's politics and how that happens. And we have to have a reality. What I'd rather do is be selling them technology or selling them solar panels manufactured in the United States to Asia, and let's make some money that way rather than help them pollute our world, because we're going to breathe the effects of what they're going to burn.
Now, Travis, earlier you mentioned Travis McIntire here, 3D Solar on the Consumer Quarterback Show. You mentioned earlier we're only 2% saturation. Yeah. Explain that. What does that mean?
That means that less than 2% of people in the state of Florida have solar on their roofs that are eligible for solar.
Wow.
That's insane. No, folks, look at the empty roofs all around you.
Yeah.
And you'll see one in the neighborhood here, one in the neighborhood there. And that's how 3D is growing. We come in, we do it the right way. I dare you to beat our installations on the roof. Mm-hmm. I've got good employees. These guys care about what they do. And quite frankly, we're gosh darn good at what we do.
Now, when you look at pools, is a completely different system needed for the pool?
Correct. That's more thermal energy that's using the heat of the roof. Photovoltaic is an actual reaction from the sun. The silicon is hit by the ultraviolet light of the sun and creates a reaction, and that's direct current electricity. It's not safe for the house, so we have inverters on the back of the panel or module that change direct current to alternating current and condition it and make it safe for the home.
Wow, that's awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
So you see the ones that are set up there for the pool, a lot of times it's the water running through and it's heating the water and it's circulating the water. Is that how that works?
That's correct. And oftentimes you'll see the water's not only heating, flowing through the tubes, it's flowing across your roof. Because most of the thermal systems that I've seen, especially in my neighborhood, have big stains where they leak. And that's why we don't sell them. What we'll do is we'll increase the size of the system. We can put a heat pump on, and that way, because you're not going to use your AC in the wintertime, but you will use your heat pump, which can draw more than your AC sometimes. Depends on what your temperature is. But that's what I like to do. That way you use electricity for it.
Very cool.
Isn't that awesome?
So 3-dsolar.com, 3-dsolar.com. Travis McIntire, he can help you, and you'll come out and sit down with him. No pressure. All about the numbers, all about how the system works, factual presentation.
I rarely sign somebody up the same night because I know that they've got a couple. I want them to see a couple other people. I'm a trusted advisor. I'm not a slick sales guy. Yep. And I tell the homeowner right in his eye, look, if you won't refer me at the end or put a review on for me to keep growing that way, then pull me to the side and tell me what I did wrong. Because I owe solar my best, and so does everybody that sells it.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. I like it. Travis McIntire, 3D Solar, Consumer Quarterback Show. Stay with us right here. We're going to take a quick time out. We got Blaine McDaniel as well coming up next here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And our feel-good story of the day, in 2019, more Americans went to the library than to the movies. Find out about that and more from our expert contributors. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Ian Beckles here.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with Dancing with the Stars.
62 Who Knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance Joe's Bar and Grill, but actually it's our 39th week. 62 Who Knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember
Ask to me about
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple of years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and made
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
everybody.
Or you say left hand white, and then they catch the left hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
as your super connector. We want to introduce you to our 50+ show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. Got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that movie because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win. Published author and professional speaker. Check out our book on Amazon. Become the MVP in your industry by surfing the radio waves. Kind of our lead up to our business that we launched with Ken Shamrock, the UFC Hall of Famer and WWF wrestling legend. Ken Shamrock is a business partner of ours on the Business Growth Celebrity Academy, bgca.co. Check it out online, bgca.co. We'd love to talk to you about that and how you can grow your celebrity, grow your sphere of influence, and build personal brand by increasing your status. Realize the celebrity in you. Check out bgca.co. And every day we're going to tell you something positive in our feel-good story of the day. So today we have a good one here.
Tell me something good.
Okay, so according to a recent poll, visiting the library remains the most common cultural activity Americans engaged in by far. The average 10.5 trips to the library in the U.S. Adults report taking 2019 exceeds their participation in 8 other common leisure activities, according to Justin McCarthy, a analyst at the Gallup polls. Americans attended live music or theatrical events and visit national or historic parks roughly 4 times a year on average, and visit museums and gambling casinos 2.5 times annually. Trips to amusement parks or theme parks, 1.5, and zoos, 0.9, are the least common activities among the list. The data was collected December 2 through 15 in 2019, the Gallup poll. And also an update from a December 2001 survey. The average rankings at the beginning of the millennium remained the same today, but a small decrease has occurred in reported trips to the movie theater. Interesting. So I wonder why. Why is the movie theater? Is it more expensive? They're getting tired of the $8 popcorns and sodas. What do you think about that? Trips to the movies on the decline.
A flag vest on. I mean, I'm not exactly sure why.
A flag vest, yeah, exactly. Go to the library, yeah. So more people go to the library. That caught me off guard. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think that there's been some good movies come out here lately too. I mean,
yeah.
I'm surprised nobody's going.
Seems like too they're running out of movie themes. It seems like the movies are. It's there. How many times are they going to do a Marvel comic book?
Remaking the same movies over and over again.
Yeah,
that's what my wife was talking about the other day. She's kind of getting tired of remaking everything.
Yeah, a lot of the same movies. Sequel, third. The third
Exactly.
Bad Boys just came out for the third time.
Well, that one looks pretty good.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either, but it does look pretty
I like
good.
to see it. I like Will Smith. I like Martin Lawrence. They're both good.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. So we got Travis McIntire in the house, 3D Solar. Blaine McDaniel is a realtor on our team at Keller Williams, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams. We should talk about maybe some of the technology too, with Keller Williams being a leader, the number one real estate company in the world, despite, there's still another company out there that says they're number one. They're not in terms of agent count, production, in terms of units closed per year. Keller Williams is number one in the world. And you look at it, it's a lot of the technology, the education, the training, the support, the command system. Do you want to elaborate on any of that?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that drew me to go to Keller Williams rather than the other brokers out there that are available was the amount of technology and the training. I mean, there are training classes every single day at our market centers. And I mean, they teach you exactly what you need to know about how to work the real estate business.
Yeah, and they're really big on the culture of going to the classes over and over. Even if you went with one instructor, you might get some nuggets from a different instructor. And Lindsay and I are working to be in a position where we are certified to go and teach those classes. I want to go to other market centers because I heard it's a really good generator for referrals. There's some people in our office there's one gentleman that got 35 deals last year just from teaching in other markets, referred to him. Deals from other realtors. So think about that. If you're a realtor in Fort Myers and you know that you have someone who taught a class that's from Tampa or Palm Harbor, they're going to refer that person most likely than any other agent because they've got that relationship. They know that he's an educated realtor on the team. So that's a pretty cool opportunity as well. We're looking to do that soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And command is really cool too, right? Have you worked with the command? I know you and Lindsay were working in command.
Yeah, the command makes it so much easier for a realtor just to keep organized, because I'm kind of scatterbrained and kind of not very organized. So command helps me stay organized and less scatterbrained, so I can keep up with all my clients, make sure that I'm staying on top of my clients and staying on top of the market, and also able to help them find their home.
And you can set up automation too, right? I
Absolutely.
mean, that's a big part of the system. And Command has artificial intelligence built into it. So it's it is the only real estate application, real estate business application that has artificial intelligence built in. Because if you have data of 180,000 real estate agents across the United States, across the world rather, you're going to have certain trends that tend to happen over and over, right? Certain types, owner occupants, investment opportunities, investment type. So that's where artificial intelligence can come in. You got to have big data, and then you got to have those types of trends.
Yeah, I mean, I was amazed last night looking at Command, and it came up with some information about neighborhoods and the sales trends. I mean, stuff that would have taken me hours to go through and find out all the information, that it literally came up within seconds.
Right. Yeah. On the Kelly app too, you can put in, Kelly, give me a snapshot of 33615, for example. That's the town and country area over there by the Bahama Breeze and all that. Oh yeah. So it'll spit back, boom, average days on market. It'll come up with all that data right on the top of the app.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's some cool things you can do with that.
Yep.
So you got your open house this weekend going on. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's located at 2689 Sable Springs Circle, right across the way from Countryside Mall. So you're right there in the middle of quite a bit of shopping and some really good restaurants there in that area. And you're right there located at 19 and only, maybe 15, 20 minutes away from Clearwater Beach.
Yeah, awesome opportunity. 2689 Sable Springs Circle, unit number 105. So it's kind of toward the back as you go into the community. Say hello to Blaine McDaniel. He's a realtor on the team at Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. He's going to be there hosting the open house for us this weekend. All right, let's jump into our lightning round here.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Travis McIntire, 3D Solar.
I would say if you're going to train your biceps, train your mind too, because big muscles make you look big. Emotional intelligence makes you seem intelligent and makes you seem big. So train your inside just as hard as you make your outside. Make them both.
I like that. Personal development.
You've got to do it every day. And it's a personal choice too. I changed my life several years ago, and I started training my inside just as hard as my outside, and my life started to take off accordingly.
Who's your favorite? What are you listening to? You read? There's lots of ways you can go to the apps.
Eckhart Tolle. I like him because a new earth kind of gives you a new way of thinking, of saying, hey, this is reality. This is what people are thinking. And how do you think? And kind of controlling how you think will dictate where you go.
Love it. Love it, man. Yep. Tony Robbins, one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
Listen to a lot. Gary Vee, of course, on the marketing side.
Emotional Intelligence 2.0 is a good one. It's kind of saying, hey, emotional intelligence is important because you have to study it to be intelligent.
Yeah.
And in my business, as far as dealing with people, as many people as I deal with, you have to have confidence. You have to have security. You have to believe in who you are.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they won't.
That's right. Self-confidence.
Absolutely. Not cockiness, but confidence, knowing that I'm doing the right thing.
Exactly.
And, with ethics, honesty, integrity.
A moral obligation to give back.
Man, it changed my life forever. Yeah.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Travis McIntire, 3D Solar. All right, Blaine McDaniel, Realtor on the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty.
I wanted to talk about Airbnb real quick.
Yeah, Airbnbs.
Yeah, man. Yesterday we had a meeting with a guy, and Airbnb is extremely hot right now. Right now would be a great opportunity for investment because you got spring break coming up. You've got the spring break season, and then you've also got the summer coming up. So this will be a really hot time. What he was booked for all of March, and he booked for the entire month for his Airbnbs.
That's right. WrestleMania is coming up. Super Bowl's coming to Tampa next year. They're already talking about it down in Miami. So think about the boom that's going to be happening. And could there be a bubble in Airbnb? There's an interesting, something to ponder there, right?
Yeah.
Could there be a bubble in Airbnbs? We'll see. He's talking about how the pricing has been pushed up by so many people. He said, I keep mine pretty low compared to others because I want to keep them occupied. If you push that envelope too high, at some point, people are going to say, yeah, I'll go to the next one. And they're going to be sitting vacant that weekend. And then you had the opportunity cost of $600 for that weekend or whatever it might have been. So pretty cool how the app scene, the internet has changed, rentals to back in the day. It used to be, find it in a paper, go to a hotel room, pay for Marriott, Hyatt, all those different places. And then now, man, the hotel industry does not like the competition of having people renting out those extra rooms or their whole entire house for the weekend. So awesome stuff. Hey, great team today in studio today. Travis McIntire, 3D Solar.
Thank you.
Blaine McDaniel, Realtor on the team, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Keep up the good work, sir. And thanks to all of our listeners, our viewers, our producers behind the scenes putting the show together. We greatly appreciate you. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, carry it with you to and from your commute. Hand it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community. Donate some blood, donate some time. You can actually swing a hammer, volunteer for Habitat for Humanity, and do something kind for one another. And make sure you follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook, and link up on LinkedIn. We'll link up there as well. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.